Welcome to Soccer Gaming and welcome to this week's Dynasty Rebuild. As always, we take a team from opening day with the default rosters and try to build them into world champions within 5 years. This week we are going to be doing the San Francisco Giants, and the Giants are actually doing pretty good this year for what this game says they should be. The yearly goal is to reach postseason and win division series. However, we'll see if we can get them that World Series in 5 years. Coming in ranked 24th, 6th in contact, 23rd in power, 23 in pitching, 27th in defense, and 30 in speed. It's going to take a lot to try to rebuild this team for the future and try to get them that World Series. So if you're a San Francisco fan or you're excited to watch this rebuild, comment down below. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you support your Giants, and we're going to start the rebuild. So if you'd like to watch that, stick around. All right, so the Giants, I'm not 100% sure how we're going to rebuild this, to be honest with you, because let's take a look at what we have for the lineups, pitching rotation and stuff. Solano, older guy, move on from him. Stella, move on from him. Yemstrimsky, don't know how many years he's going to have left. Dickerson, I don't know if he can put up those types of numbers every year. Belt, I mean, this dude's ancient. I don't know if he can continue to do that. Flores, I don't see much potential here. Evan Longoria, dude needs to retire. Dubin, don't know. Maybe we use him as center field. And then Buster Posey, I mean, this dude's just about to fall apart. Brennan Crawford, this guy's... They have to be the oldest team, right? They have to be the oldest team in the majors. There's no way they're not. Bart, I'm excited for him. He's going to be good. So, yeah, they're old. Let's go pitching rotation. Gosman, Alex Wood. All of these guys pretty old, except Logan Webb. He's about the only guy that's not old in here. Banda. Got young guys in the bullpen, I guess. Some younger guys in the bullpen. Jake McGee on that older end, Tyler Rogers on the older end. So I honestly don't know how I'm going to rebuild this team, to be honest with you, because they're not great and they're really old. So I almost think this is going to be a rebuild, and I'm sure San Francisco fans aren't going to like this, but I honestly think it's a rebuild that it's going to take us probably 4 or 5 years to rebuild this team. But I think we go out. I think we attack the draft. I think we worry about getting some good draft picks and helping us. And I think we honestly, it's a freaking fire sale. We're gonna try to find the best possible trades we can to try to get some people in here that are gonna be beneficial in 3 to 4 years. So yeah, it's going to be a fire sale. I think we wait until the All-Star break to do so that some other people are wanting these guys on their roster, and maybe we fire sell then. I don't know. Maybe Maybe we're in playoff contention. I don't know how it's going to be, but we're going to just sim ahead. I'm going to try to attack the draft, and if we get a good draft, I'll let you guys see that. And yeah, we're going to have to build through the draft and through prospects. We're not going to do it. And I don't think we have the budget to go out and spend a ton of money on free agents. Like, we could a little bit. It actually 2022, we're only giving it 26 mil. So we're going to have about, give or take, over 100 mil to get some people in next year. So a lot of 1-year contracts for this. And yeah, I think we move on from most of these people. Just try to get something back in return. So let's go ahead. We'll go to draft day. I'll show you the draft, and then we'll go to All-Star break. And right before the trade deadline, we'll fire sell our whole team. Try to get some young prospects back to help us rebuild. And then the rest of it's going to be through the draft and maybe a little bit for free agents. So let's go ahead and sim the draft day. Looks like we got the 14th pick. We might be able to get some decent people at 14. We'll have to see what falls on our laps. So some blue chip players, which is really big, because these blue chip guys are most likely guys that are really, really good. Like, they're top of the top. Center field guy looks really good. I think we probably go him. This guy looks more of like a speed guy and a fielding guy. This guy looks more of like a hitter. He's got some speed too, but this guy looks more of like a hitter, power guy. As far as the pitchers go, I mean, yeah, a few of these guys could be top end starting pitchers, but I like the fact that the MLB MTA is 2023, which means he's going to be here very, very soon. So we're going to go ahead and draft him. We'll have to see how he does, what he ends up actually being. But this year so far, we're not off to a hot start, so it looks like we might have some additional draft picks, or some additional good draft picks coming in the future. So I'm not too worried about it building this through the draft. I think we're going to have some high-end draft picks that will definitely benefit us. So let's get ahead and get through this draft and take a look and see what we end up getting through the draft at the draft signings. All right, let's take a look at how we did. Wow, we got a 99 potential guy. This could not have been any better of a draft for us. This guy fell in our laps at 14. Definitely going to be a part of our rebuild. Definitely going to help us out in that rebuild aspect. Then we got a few guys later on that aren't so bad. Some pretty young guys that I think will help us. But a 19-year-old, 99 potential, already a 67. So a guy that could probably play on our team starting next year. That's really, really good to see. And as you can see, he's got the contact, he's got the power behind it, and he's got the speed. This guy is definitely going to be some top end talent for us. So a really good draft there. I could not have asked for a better draft, really. I don't think I've ever drafted a 99. So we're able to do so with the Giants. We're going to sim all the way to All-Star Week and get some trades done and hopefully get some more guys to help him in the future years. So we're at the All-Star break, and not so hot, 36-52. I don't think we're in last, though. So, I mean, I guess there's that 36. Yeah, we're 24 from the Pirates. So, I guess it could be worse. Blue Jays, wow, they're struggling. So, it really could be worse. So, what we're going to do here, we're straight up going to fire sell people. Anybody on the team is able to be traded. And we're going to try to bring in as many prospects as we can. And this might take a couple, 2 or 3 years to actually rebuild this to a team that can make the playoffs. But I think this is the best way to go about it. There's so many old guys on this team. I mean, pretty much everyone on here is 30 or above. So there's a lot we need to do and a lot we need to change. So let's get that started. And I'll show you the trades along the way. So the first trade we're going to make is we're getting rid of Yastrzemski. And we are getting rid of Cueto as well in that huge contract. We're going to go get Rafael Devers. They want a right fielder. They want a starting pitcher. We give them both of those with Devers, and I know Devers ends up being a complete animal. So a perfect trade, a perfect first trade. Let's get that one done and go on to the next one. So next trade we're going to do, Buster Posey's got to go. Contracts gotta go. He's not having that great a season, and the Blue Jays are wanting a catcher, and so we're gonna give that to them, and we are gonna go out and get Alex Manoah, a guy that I know gets good in like year 2, year 3. So we're excited for it. It'll start our starting pitching. It'll start getting that going, and we'll make that trade and go on to the next one. So the next trade we're gonna make, we're giving up Kevin Gausman, and we're actually gonna go out and use a trade suggestion, and the Pirates are happy with trading Chris Sharp for Kevin Gausman. So we're going to make that happen, and boom, adding more to our belt. So the next trade we're going to go out and do, the Padres are needing a relief pitcher, a first baseman. We're going to give that to them with Tyler Rogers. We're also going to give them Jake McGee, 34-year-old guy there, and then Brandon Belt. All for a couple of good guys you should know. Chris Paddock, Joe Musgrove, and then we're also going to be getting a young prospect of the name of C.J. Abrams. They don't need him. They got Tatis. Why do they need him? So we're going to go out, make this trade, add a couple of more good guys to what we already have, and we're going to keep going on the trades. So next trade, going down the list, just picking people that are way older than 30. Casali, Longoria, and the right fielder that is a D potential. 30-year-old guy. We're going to go after Dylan Carlson, right field, and Dakota Hudson. I like what they did in the rebuild when I rebuilt the Cardinals, and I feel like they're good enough to make this trade happen. Dylan Carlson, an 8 potential 22 overall guy, so a really, really good prospect, and he usually plays pretty well into season 3 and season 4. So we're going to go ahead, make this trade as well, and I think there's about one more trade I want to make with some of these older guys, and then we'll go ahead and get the season going and continuing and see where we end up. So the next trade we're going to make, giving up 2 second basemen in La Stella and Solano. We're also giving up Alex Dickerson, and to get him, we're going to get Franmil Reyes at right field. I know he does very, very well in the rebuilds. He usually is a top-end player in year 4, year 5. And we're also going to get Josh Naylor as well. Just a really good first baseman that kind of builds into his own. And so I feel like they wanted the left fielder and a second base. We helped them get that with that trade. And then I want to do one last final trade. And I want to do Alex Wood and this Fonny's hurt. Never mind. Alex Wood, and we'll do Ruff and Crawford. See what kind of value we can get there and see if we can make a trade happen. So the next trade we're going to do, Alex Wood, getting rid of him, trying to get better stuff, and then this other guy, Garbito, and then we are doing Brandon Crawford as well in this trade, and we're going to go ahead and get Austin Meadows, and if we have to move him to left field, center, whatever, that will be fine. So another good trade for us. And then again, as I said, that was my last trade. However, I do want to get this rough guy moved, and I don't know what we're going to get for him. So we'll just go like this and look around and see if there's anything anybody will give us for him. Boom, we'll take it. Don't care. And so, yeah, it's not looking great. Let's look at the lineups and see what it looks like now. Austin Meadows, Slater, Devers, Reyes, Flores, Naylor, Dubon still a shortstop, Hunter Bishop, Luis Basabe at catcher. I'll move some of this around, but like Dylan Carlson, probably going to start as somewhere, probably center. I would assume center. And then going over to starting rotation, we got Paddock, Musgrove, Hudson, Webb, and Banda. And we're just going to go ahead, sim through. We're going to just sim to the playoffs and see what we look like in the playoffs. I doubt we make it, but again, this is kind of just like a building year. We're getting young talent on our team. We've completely fire sold our whole team as far as the older guys go, and we're going to go ahead and just sim all the way up to the playoffs and then get next year started. So the season is over. We finished 71 and 91. So actually not as bad as I thought we would honestly finish. Let's take a look and see how we did in the lineups. Francisco at DH, not even sure who that is. DeBon, not so hot, 236. 292 from Devers, 260 from Franmil, both of them hitting over 30 home runs, which is good. 305 from Austin Meadows. He was one away from 30 home runs as well. So those are our like top 3 guys that are really going to help carry us. The other guy's not doing too bad. Bart not having a bad season as a rookie. Excited to see him up here. Other than that, not anything crazy. Going over to the pitching rotation, Paddock pitched very well, 271, 285 from Musgrove. Dakota Hudson, 279. Manoah, 512 and 5 for Logan Webb. The rest of the bullpen, up and down, really. So, didn't really expect anything crazy from this year, and nothing crazy happened. But we're going to go ahead, sim to the offseason, see who won it all. I'm guessing probably the Dodgers will end up winning it. Yankees beat the Brewers. Wow. Brewers made it back. Last week, I did the Brewers, and we actually made it the first year. So it looks like they did make it in the sim. However, we're not able to win. And we're going to be going on to the offseason. Not really wanting to spend a ton of money in the offseason as far as free agents go, but we'll have to see what free agents are there and what we might be able to get and so on and so forth. The rest of that, I want to be able to trade and stuff because I feel like we need to be able to trade for prospects, and hopefully by year 3 we're making that playoff push. So free agency is here. Looks like the normal guys in here, nothing crazy as far as nobody absolutely insane on this one, and I want to try to keep the team young, so I'd say anything under 20. We'll we'll say 26 is the cutoff. So anything over 26, we probably won't make a play on here, which looks like there's absolutely no one we could go after, at least here in the going through these. So maybe we just, I don't know, we have 107 million. Maybe we do the cutoff at 27. So like Carlos Correa, we could get Seager, we could get Osuna, we could get so let's go after Seager, let's go after Osuna. I like them, and we'll go from there, and we'll see who we can get on our team, and then start the season. So let me try to get these guys on our team. I'll show you if they do show up on our team or not. We are able to get Osuna there. Baez going to the Dodgers. Waiting for one more. There he is. Corey Seager signing it to us. So pretty good. I'm happy with it. So we're going to go ahead and just sim all the way through. And I will see you guys when the season starts. So we are ready for season 2 with the Giants. Let's take a look at the lineup, see what we got. We got Francisco at DH, Dubon at shortstop. I did move Seager to second base, and again, he comes in like an 88 when we sign him, but if you switch him to second base, his overall goes up. We got Franmil Reyes, left field, third base, we got Rafael Devers, Meadows, and right field. Center field is Carlson, Naylor at first base, and Joey Bart at catcher. Looks like we also signed Derek Dietrich to a deal as well. Here's the rest of our guys. Hunter Bishop, a young talent for us. Might actually use him as a trade chip later in getting somebody else that we might need. Going over to the pitching rotation, looking pretty good. Paddock, Musgrove, Manoah, Webb, and Hudson. And then the relief pitching, not so hot except for Robert Ozuna, who we picked up in the offseason. And excited to see what he could do for us. So coming into the season, we're ranked 10th. Last year we started at 26th. Got rid of all our guys. Got a bunch of good prospects and then traded for the rest. And I'm actually pretty excited with what we got here. And I feel like this year we're definitely going to add to it. I feel like the biggest way of rebuilding a team, and as you could tell in all my rebuilds, usually I'm first or second in contact and power, and right here, or in contact, power, and pitching. And we're first in contact, third in power, 12th in pitching. We got a little bit of pitching to work on, but I think we can make changes throughout the year. And this is like a tough division. We got the Padres and we got the freaking Dodgers to beat out. So this is a tough division. So I don't expect to always get in to the playoffs. I do think this year we have a slight chance of getting to the playoffs. If we don't, I won't be surprised. If we do, I won't be surprised. But I think we go ahead, sim in the draft, and just go ahead and I do want to show you the guy that we got. What was he, a right fielder? Where is he at? There's a guy we got. There he is, 19 years of age. He's a guy we got last year in the draft, and super excited about that. Not sure why he is all the way down in single A, but we'll get him up to double A. We'll give him some playing time. And we're going to go ahead and sim all the way to the All-Star break, see where we're at, see what changes we need to make, and go from there. Not too bad. Last year, we hit a 99 guy. This year, a 96. So the draft has been definitely good to us. So let's go ahead, sign these guys up, get them on the payroll. A 90 late in the draft, an 81 late in the draft. So pretty good drafting by us so far. All-Star break is here. We're 20 and a half games out of the division lead, and we're actually not playing as good as it. I mean, we're playing around 500, which I guess is where maybe I thought we would be. However, I do feel like we could be playing a lot better with what we have. So I'll have to take a look at that here in a second. But ultimately, right around 500. We'll have to take a look and see what we got and how we're doing, if there's any trades we need to make. But I don't think we need to make any drastic trades, because I don't think we're going to be contending for a playoff spot this year based on the games we've played so far. So looking at the lineups, Francisco is apparently doing okay. Dubon, 302 from Seager, 18 home runs. 255 from Reyes, 289 from Devers. He's killing it, 19 home runs. Meadows, 16 home runs, 339 from Bart. Wow, this dude's magnificent right now. He is killing it, 339 for him. And Carlson not doing so hot. Yeah, so ultimately, I just don't think we have the talent yet here to make big runs. Let's look at the pitching rotation. 350 from Paddock, not good. 675 from Manoah, not good. Webb at 382, not so hot. 492. So the pitching is really, really bad, is what it looks like. Osuna actually pitching really well. 26 saves for him. Honestly, yeah, it looks like we got just not enough hitting to withstand the pitching problems. Let's take a look at the injury list. I know there's a few guys. Josh Naylor's not in there, and Joe Musgrove not in there as well. A couple of other guys here as well. So I'm not going to make any trades here. I just don't feel like trades would really benefit us at this current moment, just for the fact that I don't think we're going to be a playoff team this year. So let's just go ahead, go to September call-ups, see where we're at, see if there's some things that need to be done there, but I don't think we're going to do anything before the trade deadline. So we got some crazy development here. We actually are pushing to making it into the playoffs. Currently 92 and 64. Let's take a look at the standings, and we actually clinched a wild card. So we are actually in the playoffs. I didn't think we would be able to do so, but we were able to come back, and a good month of September and a good month of August really put us in a good position to getting up there. So I'm going to go ahead and just send to the postseason, and I will see you guys in. So the postseason is here, and we finished 95 and 67. We made the postseason as a wild card, and we will be playing San Diego, which I believe we actually ended up beating. Yeah, we ended up beating San Diego in the standings. So a one-game playoff wild card. If we beat San Diego, we go play the Dodgers on the top side, Atlanta and Milwaukee. On the AL side, you got Minnesota and Houston up top, Chicago, White Sox, and Cleveland in the playing game against the New York Yankees. So let's take a look, see how we did as the year progressed. We definitely got better the last 2 months. We were below 500, ended up, 20-something games above 500. So we got it done. And I thought, again, I thought either we get into the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised. If we don't get into the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised. We were able to do so. Let's take a look at how we did. 304 from Alfaro. It looks like he didn't play that much, so probably another injury or something. Devers, 30 home runs, 92 RBIs, 317. He killed it. He's up to a 91 now. 289 from Seager, 38 home runs, perfect. 292 from Meadows, 31 home runs, perfect. 259 from Franmil, nice. Joey Bart, 28 home runs, 105 RBIs, and a 325 average from a catcher. He's up to a 91 now, which is nuts. Josh Naylor, he's progressing pretty good. 20, 71 RBIs, 276. Probably got injured. Yeah, I think he got injured. Missed about 200 at bats there. Dylan Carlson struggling. We might have to move on from him or try to find a different center fielder moving forward. We might actually see where our young guy is next year, because I know we drafted one and he ended up being pretty good. Or we could we'll have to see what we could do for center field next year. Pitching rotation wise, Paddock 359, not bad. 319 from Musgrove, not bad. 494 from Manoah. He's struggling, but again, next year he should be good. Usually it takes him like 3 or 4 years to finally get below the threes or mid threes. Logan Webb not doing bad. 355 for him and 396 for Dakota Hudson. The bullpen is upper half full of trash cans. Bottom half not actually that bad. Osuna killing it. 194 ERA from him. 55 saves and 3 blown saves for him. So let's get it started. Game 1 again. I don't expect to go crazy in the playoffs. If we win this, I'll be happy. If we lose, then we go on to next year. So Blake Snell, Chris Paddock, win or go home, and we won 1-0. Oh my goodness, 1-0. Who did it? Did someone hit a home run? Who did it? It was an RBI by Meadows. So Meadows able to get the lone RBI in the first inning. We were able to hold on and win it in San Diego. Now we got the Dodgers on top. Atlanta, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Houston, and Cleveland, and New York. So the Dodgers, obviously one of the hardest teams to beat. They're clearly a better team, but we're going to give it our all. We got Musgrove, Buehler, game 1, 3-4 loss. Game 2, Manoah, Bauer, definitely the upper hand to the Dodgers. We get an 8-1 victory against Bauer. That's huge to get that. Manoah, a guy that struggled all season, pitched brilliantly. 6 1/3, 7 strikeouts, no earned runs from him. Game 3, Logan Webb, Urias, lost 2-11. And this could be the final game. Dustin May, Chris Paddock, and it is 5-8, eliminated from the playoffs. We'll have to see the Dodgers take on Atlanta, see how they do. Braves defeated the Yankees in the 2022 World Series. So, again, I'm not upset about it. I think this year we're definitely going to be ready to make that push this year. So we'll have to see how we do. But I do think we'll make the playoffs this year, and I do think we have a really good chance at possibly making a World Series appearance in year 3. So I'm going to go ahead and sim all the way to free agency. Oh, look, it's already here. And we'll see how we're going to do, see what we're going to make changes-wise, all that good stuff. We'll have to take a look at our rosters, and we'll do that next. So free agency is here. Let's take a look and see what we got as far as our roster goes and see what changes we need to make. So we really need a good starting pitcher to help us. The bullpen's got to change a little bit. We're good at catcher. We're good at first base, I would say. Good at second base. Good at third base. Shortstop could use a little work if we could get there. Left field, center field, and right field I'm good with. So I think, looking at this, I think we go after Nola. Kind of go all in on him. Try to get him in the thing. And Severino maybe go there as well. I just feel like these guys would really push us over the edge as far. Well, Barrios maybe as well. So we'll try to get a couple of these pitchers. I would say 2 pitchers out of this would be good. And then possibly grab some relievers as well. So I will go ahead and try to make this stuff happen. And you guys could catch me once we sign people. We're not able to get Nola, but we were able to get Jose Barrios. So we got one of the guys we wanted, and I'm excited about that. And so we're going to go ahead and just go through here and finish up the season, and then we will get to the regular season. So we're ready for the regular season to get started. Make sure that we got that set. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups. Boyce Keys, the guy we drafted 2 years ago, is ready for his major league debut. Excited to see him. How old is he? 20 years of age. Going to be our leadoff guy. CJ Abrams, another young guy that I believe we traded for him. Yeah, I think we traded for him, and he's ready now for the majors as well. Corey Seager in at second base, ready. Meadows, Devers, Reyes, Joey Bart, a guy that came up in the organization. One of the best catchers, young catchers. He's definitely doing his job. And then Josh Naylor as well. And then we went out, I guess we got Brandon Belt. I didn't sign him for free agency, but apparently we thought it would be a good idea to do so. We got Dylan Carlson, Mora, Labor, and Trump all on the bench. So I'm feeling very comfortable with where we're at. We'll have to see how they actually play throughout the year. Going over to the pitching rotation, Paddock our 1, Barrios our 2, Musgrove our 3, Manoah our number 4, and Webb, which needs to go up here, is our, number 2 now. Could be our number 5. Dakota Hudson. And then the rest of the bullpen. And the bullpen is something I really want to touch on this year with trades and everything. So we'll go through and we'll sum all the way up to the All-Star break, see how we're doing. Depending on how we're doing, will depend on the trades we need to make. But I do think we'll touch on some relief pitching at the trade deadline. So let's go ahead and sim up to the All-Star break, and I will see you guys then. So we're at All-Star break, and I'm happy with where we're at, but we got a lot of work to do. Currently, we're 4 games behind the Dodgers. We're 55-35, so not a bad record, and apparently we're ranked number 1, first in contact, first in power, and second in pitching, which is where exactly I want to be in the season. So I feel like we got a strong season going on. We'll take a look here at the lineups here in a second, but we might end up being in the wild card, and that's always very sketchy because even though you're a better team in the wild card, if you lose that one game, then it's all over. But it looks like the Padres are on a 10-0 streak. Looks like they've won 10 in a row. So I expect them to go up and down, and it'll be tough to try to catch the Dodgers, but we're going to give it a go. Let's take a look at the lineup, see how everyone's doing. Bryce Keys killing it, 20 home runs, 47 RBS, 308 average. For a leadoff, that is amazing. Kind of reminds me of Acuna a couple of years ago when he was leading off and just absolutely tearing apart the whole MLB. So Got a little Acuna Jr. going on here, and he's playing pretty well. Already up to an 84 as a 20. That's absolutely ridiculous. CJ Abrams not doing too bad, 245. Seager 282, like to see that higher. Devers 296, perfect. 243 for Meadows, again, like to see that higher, especially with the only 9 home runs. If it was 17 home runs, I could look past it, but not very good average and not very good home runs for Meadows. Reyes 266, again, 17 home runs, so I can look past it. 265, 19 home runs from Bart, amazing. 267 from Naylor, and then Labor 186. Looks like he is in and out of the starting lineup sometimes. Brandon Belt must be injured. Going over to the pitching rotation, 307 from Paddock, nice. 358 from Webb, he's playing well this year. 392 from Barrios, 430 from Minot, and a 378 from Musgrove. Bullpen actually doesn't look awful. Asun is really doing a good job here. 32 saves, only 2 blown saves. I think honestly our bullpen is really fine. I'm okay with where our bullpen's at, to be honest with you. There's a few guys that are struggling. Maybe we go and try to get a little bit of bullpen help. I'm not sure where to take from as far as that goes. Maybe we give up a prospect here and try to go after some decent, I wouldn't say decent relief pitching. Well, let's see if we could try to get a couple guys in the relief role to help us out. So what we're going to go do is go out and get Freddie Peralta. He's doing decent. I know he's a good relief pitcher, so we're going to go out and get him. We're going to give up Brandon Belt because I don't want to pay that contract, and Brandon Belt really annoys me that we signed him back. And then we're going to give up one of our starting pitchers that's not going to make it up in the next several years and kind of go through that farm a little bit. So let's go ahead, make this trade happen. And I like where we're at with our relief pitching. I think we're set solid. So let's go ahead and go through the trade deadline. I think we're done with trades this year. And I will see you guys at September call-ups. So then I lied. We're going to make another trade. I was going through some budget stuff. And we have a couple guys that we are really overpaying. And so we're not paying this guy $9 million. I don't care what he's pitching. He's not worth $9.4 million. So we're going to go ahead and trade him, and then Maldonado as well. Why are we paying a guy that's not even close to being in the system or anything at $2.7 million? So we're going to go ahead and trade for another relief role. Jonathan Hernandez. He's pitched pretty decent, 289 ERA from him. Young guy, 26, 83 overall, and a $1.7 million salary. So we're going to go ahead and make that trade mostly for the budget's sake, and we will continue all the way up to September call-ups. So it's September call-ups, and I'm super happy with where we're at. Right now, we're sitting in first place over the Dodgers. Make them play the playing game. Only 2 games up on the Dodgers currently, but I'm going to go slowly through here, and hopefully we can win the league. But I'm going to go through here kind of slowly and see what it ends up being, and we'll just sim through here. Oof, a couple losses there. Ooh, now we're really losing. A couple of losses. Okay, some big wins there. And looks like I mostly want to get through to the LA game. So 97. And so we're 4 games up on the Dodgers. We got 9 games left. So these are some pretty critical games here. I rarely go into these games and like look at them. But Paddock, Kershaw, game 1, we got a loss. Game 2, a win. Game 3, a win. Yes, so that's pretty big. That puts us another game up on the Dodgers. So 5 games up. As long as we win these, and great. All right, what are we up? Now 4. So even if we lose all these games, which we don't, we win all 3, we will be going to have the first, well, maybe not the first. Hold on, let's look. 103. Yeah, so we're the only team that gets over 100 wins. So able to get it done here this year. We're going to get sent to the postseason. And there we are, 103-59. We won the division. So we'll be seeing the playing game between the Dodgers and the Mets. We'll figure out who we're going to have to play there. Atlanta, Milwaukee at the top. I think it was the same last year. Minnesota and the Angels up top on the AL side. Cleveland and Tampa Bay with the wild card playing game to find out who plays the Yankees. So let's take a look and see how we finished up at the end of the year. Boyce Key, absolute madman. Already an 88 overall, 30 home runs, 300 average. Beautiful from a leadoff guy. The fact that that's a leadoff guy, I mean, he would have well over 100 RBIs if he wasn't the leadoff guy. Abrams, 237, not awful, not great, but I would expect more from an 85 overall, to be honest with you. Devers, 323, 36 bombs, 121 RBIs. Amazing job by him. 42 home runs by Seager, 97 RBIs, 286, 281 by Meadows, 282 by Bart, 41 home runs. What a great year for him. He's really turning out to be a great catcher, and honestly a guy that I would really think about going out and getting other rebuilds, because those are the overall. I mean, he's skyrocketed quick, which is good. 31 home runs and 269 average for Reyes. Naylor, 262, 22 home runs. So we did pretty good. I'm happy with what I see here. 266 from Labor, 280 from Carlson. I mean, yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's take a look at the starting rotation, see how they finished up. 240 from Paddock. Ends up killing it. 22 wins, 4 losses for him. 352 for Logan Webb, 419 from Barrios, 437 from Manoah, and 429 from Musgrove. So actually the bottom 3 not doing so hot. Bullpen is pretty good. Happy with it. Osuna, 57 saves, 4 blown saves. Another great year for him, a 137 ERA. So going into the playoffs, I think we are the favorites, and I think we have this one locked down. However, looks like we're going to have to either play San Diego or the Mets or the Dodgers in our first game. So yeah, imagine that the Dodgers made it. So we're going on to play the Dodgers. I think we played them last year, and I can't remember if we ended up winning or losing the Dodgers series, but I think we lost it. But this year, different story. We've been better than the Dodgers all year, so let's win this one. So here we are. Bauer, Paddock, game 1. Get the win. 4-2. Webb, Urias. I wanted that win. All right, Barrios, Kershaw. A good pitching duel. Get the 5-1 victory. Manoah and Buehler. Let's finish it out. And we do 9-5 with the victory. And we're going on to play Atlanta, who 3-2'd the Milwaukee Brewers. Minnesota on the other side, 3-0'd the Angels. And New York beat Tampa Bay 3-1. Imagine that. So game 1 is going to be Paddock versus Fried. Let's get the dub. We do 8-5. Logan Webb, Luzardo. Let's get the win here. We do 11-9. That's big. That's really big. I can't believe Atlanta went out and traded for Luzardo, and that's their number 2 pitcher. Yanoa and Barrios, game 3. This one in Atlanta. The victory there. Can we sweep them? No. All right. Can we win 3-1? Fried and Musgrove? No. Okay, Atlanta. Getting a little angry at us. All right, Luzardo and Paddock. We definitely have the better pitcher here. Let's finish it out. And we do with a 3-2 victory. And we'll be playing the New York Yankees, who 4-2'd the Minnesota Twins. So let's jump into that one. I'm super excited. I thought we could make it to the World Series. Whether or not we can finish this one out against the Yankees, which might be tough. So here we are, 2023, year 3 of the rebuild. We got San Francisco and the New York Yankees. Game 1. Logan Webb, Garrett Cole, a loss 1-4. Paddock and Nola win 1-4. All right, so we tied it up. Game 3, Barrios and David Garcia, the 8-7 win. That's big. All right, Manoah and Montgomery. This is a swing game. If we can win this, we can win it all. If it goes 2-2, I'm not feeling comfortable with the rest of the game. So Manoah, let's get the win. 11-5 loss. Musgrove, Montas get the win. Okay, we got the win. 5-3, up 3-2. Paddock, Nola. This will be the perfect game to go into. And I'm still mad at New York because I wanted Nola. They offered him $31 million over 7 years, so we were unable to get him. So we're going to make him pay for it here. If he would have been on our team, he would have won a World Series, would have won this World Championship. So let's jump into it. And as always, we super sim these. But I just try to jump into them. So that way, if we win, you guys get to see the celebrations. So let's go in here and beat the Yankees and celebrate. Going in with our number 1 guy in Chris Paddock. Hopefully he can take care of business today. And not looking good. Still not looking good. 2 runs given up in the first. Keys, okay, getting us started. I like it. Getting us started, and we get nothing for it. So looks like Keys is working by himself today. Hopefully we can get something happening. Hello, can we get more people on base without getting him in, please? There we go. 1, a walk. Okay, Bart. All right, Reyes, and a strikeout. Imagine that. 2-1 in the 4th inning. Both teams just kind of rolling right now. I mean, got a little bit of scoring, but pretty much just going right through. And 2-run dinger by Stanton. He's playing well today, isn't he? Solo home run by Rutschman. Wow, they went out and got Rutschman as well. Wow, New York making strides. I like what they did with the place. They went out, got Nola, they got Rutschman, they got Rosarena. I mean, they went out and got some. They got Arcia as shortstop. They went out and got some people. They for sure went out and got some people. All right, we got to come back and win this. We're down 5-1. Can we get something? Something, please. Let's get some stuff going here. Let's have a nice little 6-run inning here in the bottom of the 9th. Bart, single, strikeout, fly out, and fielder's choice. That'll be it in Game 6. So we will be playing Game 7 shortly here in a second, and I'm not feeling comfortable with watching that game. Paddock going up against Nola. Paddock struggled, not looking good. So I'm a little worried about what Game 7 is going to be like. So Game 7, Taijuan Walker, Logan Webb. We'll have to see actually who we actually put in here, but we're gonna jump in this one as well. Hopefully we can win it. Oh, please let us win it. We're gonna go with let's go with Webb. He's been playing good all year. He's kind of gotten us to where we want to be. So let's get it done. We're gonna move Key around here, and that seems good to me. Let's jump into it. 3-3 the series. Whoever wins this game wins the World Series. As always, we're going to super sim this. We're going to go through it. But I want to be there if the end of the game happens. I want to be able to celebrate with the San Francisco faithful. So let's jump into it. Logan Webb starting us out here. Hopefully he can get through the first inning pretty easy. All right, there we go. A single, fielder's choice. A 2-run home run by Seager. That's what we paid him the big money for. Solo home run by Barr. He's played so well this year at catcher. Speaking of catcher, Adley Rutschman on the Yankees. Imagine that. Imagine what they would have to give up to get him. 4 runs. Let's go. 4 runs, 4-0 in the 4th. Pitching very, very well. Webb deserves it. Webb deserves this win with how he stayed with the organization. We didn't touch him. We didn't move him. We didn't do anything with him. And he's played well enough to finally... look at him. Single. Who needs it? Who needs to substitute the pitcher when he's playing this well? Okay, he's giving up a run here. 5-1 into the 7th. Hit by pitch. 2-run home run by Reyes. And that's what this team can do. It's so powerful. Same thing with, the Yankees do it too. Mitch Haniger hitting a home run there. But I think we got this one up 7-2. Let's finish this one out. What do you guys say? Bring in not even the closer. And can we get the final out? Yes, we can. The Giants have defeated the Yankees 7-2 and win the World Series 4-3. Congratulations, Giants fans. You're back in the World Series and you win another one in 2023. So we were able to win the World Series, and we did it in a little bit of different fashion. So what we did when we started it is we went through the first season. At the trade deadline, we straight up fire sold everyone on the team that was older, I believe, than the age of 30. So if they're older than 30, I ended up trading them away for some young prospects. And then we used the draft. And the draft actually came in really clutch in this, because looking at this in the draft, Boyce Keys, we got year 1, and he ended up being a 99 potential in the draft. And look, how many seasons in? We're 2 seasons in, I think, with him. And he's an 88 overall. And he helped us win the World Series. Hit 299 on the season. Oh, he didn't. He had 300 on the season. 30 home runs as a leadoff guy. We ended up getting C.J. Abrams. We traded for Devers. We got Corey Seager in the free agency. Austin Meadows we traded for. Joey Bart, just absolutely insane. He's played very, very well from the Giants. We traded for Franmil Reyes. We traded for Josh Naylor. A bunch of these guys. Traded for Dylan Carlson. A bunch of these guys, though, coming up from the farm. So as far as pitching went, we traded for Chris Paddock. We traded for Jose Barrios. We traded for Manoah. Joe Musgrove we traded for as well. But Logan Webb kept him. He ended up being our bright star. And we ended up getting Osuna in the free agency. As far as that goes, so we did actually kind of flip this team around because they're so old that the only way for me to rebuild them, I think, and we didn't try to touch free agent a lot. We got a couple people from free agency, but most of it was from trades and from trading for prospects that ended up being really good for us. So a bunch of prospects that ended up just being stars for us was enough to win us a World Series in 2023. If you're a San Francisco fan, make sure you comment down below. Let me know how you guys enjoyed the rebuild, if it was good, if you're excited, if you think that the team should actually rebuild this way. Make sure you tweet at them and give them this video, and I would love to help them rebuild for a World Series run. So we were able to win this in 2023. It only took us 3 seasons to rebuild this team and rebuild them into World Series contenders and World Series winners. So it was a success. Next week, we will be doing the Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to be rebuilding them next. So if you'd like to watch that, hit the red subscribe button. If I have not done your team yet, make sure you hit the red subscribe button as well so that you don't miss when your team is uploaded. If you don't know if your team has been uploaded, make sure you go on over to the channel and check out, because I've done about 13 or 14 rebuilds so far. So we're doing all 30 teams, so I will get to your team eventually. So make sure you hit the red subscribe button so you don't miss it. Now we'll see you guys in the next one. Slacker out.